Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation. My name is
Naledi Mfoloe, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the latest edition of the African Diaspora News Channel, where we unravel the stories that shape our world and our communities. Now, we're talking about a matter that has been long overdue for our country, which is, I believe, a matter that not only speaks to the heart of our nation's history, but to the struggle for justice and recognition. And I am speaking about the Khoisan people, who are the indigenous people of South Africa. Now, for the past 6 years, King Khoisan South Africa and a group of Khoisan people have staged a protest outside the union buildings in Pretoria, demanding recognition as a First Nation and land rights, as well as inclusion of the language as an official language. And a struggle that started back in 2018 continues today. And I do have to say, as a South African, the fact that they're still fighting for justice, for recognition, is truly appalling, because King Khoisan SA has made some bold accusation against the National Khoisan Council, and he claims that they have sold out the Khoisan's people's struggle and choosing to side with the government rather than fighting for what the Khoisan people really need. And I have to say, I can't help but agree with him, because the government has been hesitant to actually engage with them properly. And despite the fact that they've been camped out for over 6 years outside the union building, I mean, what does it take to get the government to listen? Why is it that our brothers and sisters, the oldest indigenous people of South Africa, have to fight this hard for basic recognition?
Today is the day when, it's a sad day, where this fool Ramaphosa, he came to us 2017 and told us, because he's not the president, he's the deputy president, he can't do nothing for us. He's now Mr. President, which is bound for Fokol. You're floating yourself, bro. You will see what Fokols look like when you say you are not bang for Fokol. Now, no, het ons slapende honde wakker gemaakt, maar se kind. En jy is nie eens werk om 'n president genoem te word nie. Jy's 'n stuk gemors. I hope you will do this. You will show this to him. He's a stuk kak, bro.
From here, just talk to us about the situation that is happening inside. From here, where are you going to go? Today, where are you going to sleep?
We have no place to go and sleep. That is what Ramaphosa is thinking about us. It's saddened because why my forefathers opened my arms, their arms, to all foreigners in my country. All of them.
And I understand that the National Khoisan Council claims they're fighting the same battles, but it's clear that there's a disconnect. And how is it that they're still stuck in a situation where the government continues to disregard their demands? The Khoisan people deserve to be treated with the dignity they've long been denied. I mean, they deserve recognition as the First Nation of this country, and I believe that they deserve the land to call their own. And the idea that the language of Khoisan has almost vanished without a trace is quite heartbreaking. I mean, we're talking about the original language of South Africa here. The fact that the last fluent speaker is 88-year-old Katrina Asu, who is doing everything she can to preserve it, shows how much is at stake here. If we let this language die, we honestly lose a part of our collective heritage, and which I believe is a culture and a language that belong to this land, and a language that has existed for centuries. How can we allow that to slip away? And yet, despite all the years of struggle, despite the protests and the attempts to be heard, the government has barely moved an inch. King Khoisan South Africa turned down offers from the government, which were money and even land, because it wasn't just about him personally. It was about the Khoisan people as a whole, because their struggle isn't about handouts. It's about justice and equality, and it's about restoring what has been taken from them for so long. So when we think about the Khoisan people, we must remember that they are not just a part of our history. They're still here today, still fighting for their rightful place in South Africa's future. How is it possible that the Khoisan people, the original inhabitants of this land, still don't have full recognition? I mean, the Zulu, the Xhosa, and other nations have their land, their culture, their language recognized. So why the Khoisan still excluded from that picture? And I'm truly disheartened by how this struggle has been allowed to go on. So, to South African government, the time for empty promises and silence is over. The Khoisan people have waited long enough. The people who walked this land long before any of us, who are the oldest living culture in this country, need to be recognized. We cannot afford to let Khoisan people remain in the margins. They deserve so much more than this, and I wholeheartedly support their fight for justice, recognition, and the restoration of their rightful place in our history. And to the Khoisan, your fight is our fight. We stand with you. What are your thoughts on this? Please, let's continue the conversation in the comment section. And while you edit, don't forget to give this